Welcome to another live stream of Roll Up or Pull Up. So get your blunts rolled, your drink poured. Tap in, tap the fuck in. I know what it is. Let's go. Tap in, tap the fuck in. What we here for today, Mr. Roll Up? I heard some bad news about your boy Durk. And regardless if it's true or not, I'm gonna go ahead and get my insight. Tap in, tap the fuck in. Now, in jail behind the walls, it's a lot that go on all the time that a lot of us won't never know. But sometimes things slip through the cracks. And that's why we're here today. Tap in, tap the fuck in. And listen, y'all be thinking people just go to jail and be just having it easy up in there. It's a complete lie, man. A lot of them guys, they be in there getting fucked up for real. Tap in, tap the fuck in. Especially when you one of them guys that make a lot of enemies, your chances of getting touched is a whole lot higher. Tap in, tap the fuck in. I keep telling y'all, if you like your freedom, that ain't the place for you. And your boy Durk about to prove that to everybody. And I'm gonna go ahead and get my portion of understanding on it. So tap in, tap the fuck in. All right, let's go. So, first and foremost, right? I did a video about this a few days ago. Now, what happened was I seen on my news feed, it was a guy named D's Media, right? That's the YouTuber, D's Media, Dees Media, right? So he had a video posted, and basically it was saying that Lil Durk was in jail getting beat up, and they cut his dreads out his head. Now, if you don't believe what I'm saying, go check out my video. I played the audio in the video, so y'all can hear the audio. I'm just not doing that again. On this live, I'm gonna just tell y'all exactly how I feel and what the fuck is about to happen. You don't have to agree with it or not, but this is the truth. So tap in, tap the fuck in. Debbie, hello, what's the deal? You all right? Tap in. Okay, now like I was saying about these media, right? So I go to watch the video. Damn. At the dead beginning of the video, right? It's somebody on the jail call. They called they girl or whoever it was to them. They called him and told him like, "Hey, Lil Durk in here. He getting beat up. They taking his noodles and they cut his dreads out his head, right? Okay, that's what the video was about. Then I went ahead and I gave on my thoughts about it. Well, it was people in the comment section, right? And it was a guy in the comment section. He said that video is old. They exposed that guy, D's Media, for lying and clickbait, blah, 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 right? Understood. I get it. But what people fail to realize is I just gave my thought on what's going to happen. And what I said in the video, I said I'm going 70-30 with that situation. 70%, I'm calling it cap that it didn't happen. And then also 30% saying that it's a good chance that it can happen or that it did happen or that it will happen because this is prison. Things happen in jail on a daily. You know what I'm saying? So basically, I was giving my thoughts on it. Well, everybody was in the comments tearing me up. You know what I'm saying? Saying I'm lying and I don't know what I'm talking about, and blah, 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 blah. So we here, right? Now, while we here, I'm going to say exactly what I got to say. And I'm going to be done with this shit, right? I'm going to say this one more time. With his situation, I am 70-30 with it. 70% cap that this didn't happen, because if it did, people like the big blog sites like the TMZs, uh the DJ Vlads, the Cam Capones, um the No Jumpers, the Say Cheese, the Trenches News, Truth Tellers, you know, all these big blog sites that, talk about these type of people all the time. You know what I'm saying? Ain't none of them said nothing about it. So yeah, I am going with that. That information is cap, but I presented what I saw. This is what I was presenting to the audience. This is what I saw. I'm not saying that that was true. I'm just giving y'all what I saw, and I'm telling y'all this can actually happen while you're in jail, especially to somebody like him. He is a target. So that's what I was getting at in the video. A lot of people took it wrong, like I'm agreeing with the guy and I'm saying this is what's happening to Dirk while he in jail. Look, I'm a real one, man. You know, I don't gotta sit up there and try and get no clickbait out of nobody and none of that shit. What I did was I told everybody that this is what can happen to him. That's the 30% of it. I gave the 70%, now the 30% is the harsh reality. And that's what a lot of people don't want to hear. A lot of people don't want to hear that this can happen to him while he in jail. Everybody want to believe that he just an upstanding member and ain't nothing gonna happen to him because of who he is. Listen, when you go to jail, you're a nobody, no more. When you go to prison, you are a nobody, no more. When you first come in there, yeah, you hide or whatever. People like, yeah, that's such and such or whatever. But man, after some time going on, you are a nobody in jail. Carson, what's the deal? Tap in, tap the fuck in. You are a nobody when you are in jail. I need y'all to remember this. So for all the people that was in my comment section talking about, man, he a millionaire, people gonna respect him. Ain't nobody doing nothing to him, blah blah blah. There's plenty of millionaires in jail. There's plenty of millionaires in prison. Don't nobody care nothing about that shit when you go behind them walls. A lot of them people that's behind them walls, they don't even know who you are. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them people, they don't be watching TV and, listening to rap songs and all of that shit. So a lot of them don't even know who these guys is and don't care. You know what I'm saying? You got to think it's big ass silverback gorillas in there that like guys that look like Lil Durk. They like them kind of guys, and they don't care nothing about his status or nothing. They will get right with his ass. You know what I'm saying? So for everybody talking about his money, like his money gonna save him, money not gonna save him, man. What it's gonna come down to is a matter of time, and it's gonna be that one guy that's gonna do something to him to get his reputation up in the prison system. Listen, right? Niggas rather risk it all for their reputation than some commissary. Commissary gonna come and go. But your reputation, that is your name. That is your brand. That's who you are in prison. Out here, you such and such when you go to your job and make your money and all of that. You pop your top with your girls and whoopty whoop, you the guy, you that guy out here, right? That's how it is in prison. You gotta earn your reputation in there. And if a guy can knock off somebody like him to get a name, guess what? It's gonna happen. And don't nobody got to pay him nothing. It's just off the strength of this is who he knocked out. This who he dreads, he cut out his head. This who he did blah 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 to. Just because. Now another thing I've been seeing is they saying that Durk in there performing. He doing like a live performance for the inmates in the jail that he in there with. He in there doing a live concert. Ain't that what R. Kelly did not too long ago? Didn't R. Kelly do that? Didn't they have him? They had him on record. They was recording him doing this concert in jail. Then what was the next thing to come out about him? He in there getting touched on. You know what I'm saying? See, that's how it go in jail, man. Yeah, they all crowd around you, you know, big time. We just gonna say these big time celebrities, you know. Yeah, everybody in jail, prison, they gonna crowd around you. Yeah, man, how was life out there, man? You know, you was just on that $1 million yacht. You know what I'm saying? You was just popping all the biggest bottles with all the finest bitches. Man, what them girls look like in Brazil. Yeah, yeah. Everybody gonna do that with these celebrities when they first come in. Yeah. Cause the thing about prison, a lot of people try to escape prison by talking to people that they knew was somebody on the street, somebody that they knew had money and things like that. So yeah, when they see that kind of person come to jail, they crowd around them and they talk to them because they know that person got a lot to talk about because they was doing a lot of shit. So what they do is they listen to these people's stories that help them escape the reality of being in prison. They're not necessarily listening to your story because they care. They listening because it's helping them escape the reality of where they at. They can think in their mind. You could be sitting there telling them a whole story and they can envision that story in their mind. Like it's them that's doing exactly what you telling them that you did. They will see themselves be the ones doing it. And they will zone the fuck out. And they'll just be going off of the rhythm of what you telling them about your story. That's how most guys is in prison. You know what I'm saying? It don't got nothing to do with, oh man, you Lil Durk, blah blah blah. They just want to hear your story because it helped them escape the reality for a second. Then after so long, they don't want to hear your stories no more. They get tired of that shit. Your story's gonna get old real quick, even for somebody like Lil Durk. Because in prison, everything get old real quick, real quickly. You know what I'm saying? So if he having a hard time in the county jail, when he get to prison, they really gonna get with his ass. You know what I'm saying? If this is true. Now, another thing about that, the 30%. If this is true, Dirk not gonna call home and say, yeah, man, I just got beat up. They cut my dreads out my head. He not gonna do that. Ain't nobody gonna do that. Don't nobody do that. Name one person you know that went to jail and called you while they was in jail, prison, whatever. Name one person that called you and said, yeah, I got beat the fuck up in here. You know, they taking all my commissary. You know what I'm saying? These guys trying to rape me every other night. Blah, 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? They don't let me work out. I can't do nothing. I just gotta press my bunk all day. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody gonna call you and tell you that. Nobody. So you never gonna hear a person calling to say some shit like that. So the only way you would know if something like this is true, of what they saying be going on, it had to be somebody from that jail that was in there with him at that time, that was in there with him. And just say like, dude, get out or something. and he want to do an interview or something like that. That'd be the only way we'll know if this really happened to Durk or not, because Durk not gonna tell everybody that. Even if it did happen, he not gonna tell nobody that. He know that shit gonna hit the internet and tarnish his whole name. You know what I'm saying? Another part with the 30%, right? He got a long time to do. We just gonna keep it funky. He gonna get found guilty and he gonna go to prison. Let's just keep it real. I know a lot of people that's your favorite rapper. Y'all love him to death, and you know what I'm saying. Look, I don't got no problem with dog. You know what I'm saying. I fuck with his flow. He do his thing straight up. But we just gonna be real nigga. You know what I'm saying. They got over 20,000 pages of evidence on them. They got witnesses. They got suspects. They got camera footage. They got text messages. Evidence after evidence after evidence, man. You know. And another thing with the feds, when they come pick you up, they came and got you. They not coming to pick you up because they bored and they don't got shit else to do. When the feds show up, that means you assed out. You in trouble. Now, if it was the state that came and got them, more than likely you probably can beat it. You know what I'm saying? But the feds have a 98% conviction rate. So that means out of 100 people, maybe only 2 of them is going to walk out of there. The rest of them is convicted. And that's not even a guarantee on them 100 people, because that could be 100 people and all 100 of them can get convicted and they still can have a 98% conviction rate. You know what I'm saying? But all in all, they have an outstanding rating when it comes to finding people guilty. And this guy is in a custody right now. It's not like, he fighting the case, and he got to go to court or anything like that. He is actually in custody right now, you know. So with him being in custody, they are already claiming him guilty. I done told y'all this before. When you become, a part of the state custody, you are guilty until you get yourself out of there. You are guilty until you are found innocent. When you in custody, you are guilty. They tell you you're innocent until proven guilty. Once you go into custody, you are guilty. Because it's two things. It's either you could be in jail or you could be free. If you're free, that means that you're innocent until proven guilty. But if you're in jail, that means you're guilty until proven innocent. Meaning that they're not going to let you out until they find you innocent on your case and the judge dismiss it, let you go home, whatever the case is. Where's Lil Durk? He is in the federal county jail. That means he is guilty. I mean, it's just sad to say, And to be real, he guilty. Of course he know, but he know it's over. But he gonna hold his composure. That's just a jail tactic that all men use. We just taught to keep our heads up. You know what I'm saying? It's not very likely we just gonna fold and just tell it like, yeah, you know what, I killed all them people. I put all them hits out. Yeah, they got me. Go ahead, give me my time. Fuck it. You ain't gonna never see that. You know what I'm saying? So of course he gonna be in there saying he innocent and shit like that. But the truth of the matter is he know it's a rap for him. I'm just being for real. He know it's over. You know, and he got a long way to go, man. He got a long way to go. He haven't even been to trial. He haven't been sentenced. He haven't been sent to the joint. None of that. He's still in easy mode. You with jail/prison, you got easy mode and you got hard mode. Easy mode is the county jail. Hard mode is prison. How I get that? the county jail, right? So the county jail means that you just got booked. You just came in. You just came off the streets. You know, whatever case you got, you have a chance at beating it. You know, you still got to meet with your lawyer, go over your discovery, you know, call out witnesses, you know, see what ballistics they got on you, see all the evidence that they about to present against you, you know, what type of defense you have to go against your case. You know what I'm saying? That's the easy mode because it's a chance. You could beat it. You can come home, even with a court appointed lawyer. You got a chance. You know what I'm saying? So in easy mode is more than likely that you will have an easier time in the county jail than in prison because everybody in there trying to go home. You know what I'm saying? Everybody trying to go home. So everybody ain't on all that rah-rah trying to start nothing. You could please believe it's a lot of guys that's in the county jail with Lil Durk right now. They ain't even thinking about him. They in there on their case trying to get out. And them gonna be the ones that's gonna do these interviews, you know what I'm saying, a year or two from now and be saying, yeah, I was in there with Dirk and, you know, blah, 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 this and this happened. Them the type of guys that I'm talking about. That's why jail is easy mode. Because it's a lot of guys in there that ain't even paying him no mind. You know what I'm saying? They trying to go home. And he on the same thing. He trying to go home. So all of his time is basically being consumed with trying to find ways around his case. You know what I'm saying? Not prison. Prison is the hard part. Why is prison the hard part? Because you already been sentenced. You already been sent up the way. You already got your time. You already done. You know what I'm saying? So basically at this point, you just waiting on your bed. And when you get to your bed, now you start jailing. You're going to be there for some calendars. This is your new home. You about to get your state outfit, your state shoes, and this is your reality. That's the hard part. You already went through all of the motions. You did everything you had to do. This is your fate. That's the hard part. And with that being the hard part, that means that it's a lot of guys in there that already been gone way longer than you been gone. And they don't care nothing about you. You are fresh meat to them. And for somebody like Dirk, he fresh fish on the line. It's fucked up, man. But Dirk is fresh fish on the line to them boys. So, like I said, he gonna get found guilty and he gonna go up that way. Him and all his rappies. You know what? This is another thing. Let me speak on this. I just thought about this too. You know, it was people in the comments saying, basically, he not in there with no GDs and all of this, so he ain't gonna have no problems with GDs because he in Cali. Ain't no GDs in Cali. That's what the comments said. Ain't no GDs in Cali. He good. It's a lot of ignorant ass people on the internet that don't know shit from nothing. Now look, maybe walking around in the streets of Cali, it might not be no GDs or vice lords. It might be just Bloods and Crips out there. I don't know. I never been to Cali. You know what I'm saying? But just to say, even if that is the case, okay, cool. Those are the streets of Cali. We talking about the jail. When you go to jail, it ain't no discrimination. It ain't no, this town is only Bloods and Crips. So if you ain't a Blood or a Crip, then you can't jail here. You know what I'm saying? Like that ain't how it go. Do you know how many guys from Chicago then went out there to Cali and caught cases out there and they in the feds? You know what I'm saying? So You don't know how many GDs is already there waiting on him. And then it necessarily don't even just got to be GDs. It could just be dead people that he didn't diss. You know what I'm saying? And they people can be in there with him. So that 30% that I'm talking about, it's a very crucial 30%. And that 30% has time to grow into 40%, 50%, 60%, 70%, 80%, 90%. Yes, this is what's going on now. So it can go from that little 30% that maybe this happened, maybe it didn't. It can go from 30% to 100%. That yes, this is exactly what's going on with him, why he is in there. It can happen. It does happen. You know what I'm saying? That 30% can turn into 100% very quickly. The thing of it is he's going to get found guilty. So he ain't gonna have nothing but time to experience this over time. It might not even be a guy that he beefing with that might want to get him. You know what I'm saying? It don't necessarily gotta be one of your ops or none of that. This is prison, man. It could be anybody. It could be a guy that you didn't have no problems with. And then the very next day, he just turned up. He just ready to beat your ass. It can happen. That's prison. That's prison. You know what I'm saying? It goes like that. You gotta think these guys is trapped. They not going nowhere. Their life is over. And you in there walking around in their face. See, while you out here, while you free, you can walk away from somebody. You can go wherever you want. You can get away from that person. If somebody making you mad or anything, you can go ahead and go on about your business. You can get away from them. And there ain't no getting away. Ain't no getting away from nobody. You in there trapped with everybody. So yeah, you could be cool with a guy for a whole year. Y'all could be cool as hell. Y'all could slap fives with each other every day, all of that. And then the very next day, he could say, fuck you. I want to fight right now. And you going to have to fight. It's prison. You know what I'm saying? So it don't necessarily got to be a GD to get Lil Durk or none of that, man. It could be anybody, man. It could be anybody at any given time. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, man, he is gonna get found guilty. That is just the truth. So for anybody that's riding with him, hoping he gonna get out, man, look, I'ma just keep it all the way 100. He gonna get found guilty. You know what I'm saying? And now if he just so happen to beat this shit and get out, hey, look, I'm gonna come back with an apology. I swear. I can definitely take accountability when it needs to be taken. You know what I'm saying? So I don't have no problem with righting my wrongs. You know what I'm saying? If it do come out that way. But a person like me that been in the system and I know how the system work, I can tell you for a good 95%, he is definitely going to get found guilty. You know what I'm saying? And I'm pretty sure he got at least 1 to 2 guys that's on his case with him that's gonna tell on him. Guaranteed. Not only he gonna get found guilty behind all the evidence they got, but I can guarantee you at least 1 to 2 of his homeboys is gonna testify on him. Remember I said all this. So when the trial come up and everything unfold, y'all gonna be like, yup, Mr. Roll Up a Pole wasn't lying. Straight up. I'm telling you, man. When the feds come get you, they got you. You hardly ever see anybody go into federal custody and then they just get released. Their case get dismissed and they beat their case. You never see that. You never see that. And there's people way bigger than Durk. They got way more millions of dollars than him. And them motherfuckers go in that federal system and be done for. You know what I'm saying? Like straight up be done for. So don't think money or none of that. That the system prints the money that you have for you to call whoever you is with your money. The system gave you that money. So that shit don't mean nothing to them. They printed that. They gave it to you. So don't think that your status or anything is gonna gain you any type of notoriety with the system. They don't give a fuck about you. They don't. Once you break their rules, they come get your ass. How many times have you seen a judge go to jail? A prosecutor go to jail? A correctional officer go to jail? Nobody is above the law besides them people that's in that back room to that door that never opened, that you don't know about. Or them people back there in them big $20,000 suits. You know what I'm saying? With that big ass metric stick tapping that board with that big ass 70-inch TV monitor on it. They tapping that board with that metric stick, telling them what's the next move. If you ain't one of them back there in VIP with them type of people, your ass is subject to go to jail any given time. That's just what it is. So if you ain't one of them, you can go to jail anytime. And the sad reality is when you go to jail, they don't care nothing about an inmate trying to rape you or beat your ass or extort you. None of they don't care about that. I mean, it's strict in there. You know what I'm saying? They have to. It got to be some type of policies going on. But the honest to God truth, they don't care. They do not care. It could be a correctional officer that don't like Lil Durk. They don't like him. They don't like his music. They never like nothing about him. And then Durk could hit their yard. And guess what? They could transfer him and put him in the cell with Big Bubba. Big Bubba that like guys that look like Lil Durk. The COs can do that. And guess what? Won't nobody know nothing about it. That'll be something that'll just be on the inside. You know what I'm saying? That'll be an inside thing. Only the people that's in the prison, and the guards and the inmates there, only they'll know about that type of shit. Because why? Lil Durk can't go call home and tell nobody that. It's just the truth. You know what I'm saying? A's poop. What's the deal, nephew? Tap in. Tap the fuck in. Talking about your boy Smirkio, man. I feel bad for the boy, honestly. And I only feel bad for him because he worked so hard to have that good career that he got, all that just to throw it away. You know what I'm saying? All them kids he got, now all them kids about to miss out on him, you know, and that money he got. Let me give you the harsh reality of all that money he got. For everybody that want to talk about his money and what his money gonna do for him and shit like that, right? Let me tell you something. He gonna lose all that money to the federal system. They gonna take all that shit. By the time his trial is over and he gets sentenced and they ship him up that way, every dime to his name is gonna be gone. They might leave him a couple dollars for him to get some commissary or some shit like that, but Durk gonna be broke by the time this shit over with. So for everybody talking about his money and money, man, listen, we talking about the feds. The feds will give you a no bind because they don't even want your money. Most of the people that go federal, they have a no bond because the feds don't want your money. They want you. You know what I'm saying? Now this is where Durk about to waste his money at with this case on these lawyers. That's where his money about to go to. You know what I'm saying? And them lawyers about to milk his ass. They about to take every dime. Peace and wisdom. Real talk. What's the deal, my guy? You know what it is. Look, man. Them lawyers about to eat his ass up. See, this the thing with the lawyers. They come into your cell in the little room that they put you in. They put the inmate and the lawyer in a little cell, and they let y'all talk. And they just say you was the inmate. They handcuff you to a damn table, right? So that way you can't get up and beat your lawyer ass because your lawyer might say something you don't like or whatever. So they handcuff you while y'all sitting in the room talking, right? This is what the lawyer is telling Lil Durk. Hey man, I'm gonna need another 200,000 for me to file this motion. I'm gonna need another 100,000 for me to go track down this person that can possibly help you, with your case. This person can possibly get on the stand that might say something that have people to sympathize with you. I'm gonna need another 50,000 for that. You know what I'm saying? Your people trying to get some legal work, sent to you. I need another 20,000 for that. Man, they gonna milk that nigga, man. They gonna take all his money. And he gonna be paying it. Like, cool, this can get me off. I can get a little less time with this. I can finagle that. All right, pay it, pay it, pay it. Then you gotta mind, you gotta think about it. He is in prison. You know what I'm saying? Well, he in the county jail. He ain't in prison yet, but he in jail. It ain't like he out here with his money and he like, you know what? I'm spending too much money over here. I'm spending too much money over there. Let me rethink this. Hold up. Let me wait on it. He is in custody. He haven't seen a dollar bill since he got locked up. You don't see money in jail. You don't get cash. None of it. It's in your account. And what's in your account is what your people send to you. When you go to jail, that's a whole separate account. So just to say you got $1 million in the bank right now, right? And you go to jail. You go to jail right now, you got a whole separate account from your $1 million that's in your account. So while you in jail, your account that you have in jail don't go to $1 million. Your account that's in jail is still at $0 until somebody send you some money and put some money on your jail account. Your bank account stays your bank account, but your jail account is a whole nother thing. So this man ain't seen a dollar since. You know what I'm saying? So he don't know where his money going. And he really don't care at this point because he fighting for his life. And guess what? He gonna keep on stamping it. Every time that lawyer see him, yeah, pay it, pay it, pay it. Until that lawyer say, hey, you got insufficient funds, man. You don't got enough for this motion. I'm like, what you mean? You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, the system ate up all your money that was in your bank account. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, he in custody. He don't see what's going on. He might tell his people, like, yeah, shoot my lawyer 70K real quick. He got to file this motion for me. His people might send his lawyer that 70K and then they might take out 20K on the side for themselves. It ain't like Durk gonna know. He in custody. He don't know. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna just be real, man. For everybody talking about all this money he got, man, look, that money gonna be gone, bro. I'll be at 100. That money gonna be gone before you know it. And by the time he get to prison, he gonna have to do the R. Kelly. He gonna have to be up there performing for all these inmates. Again, it's already out there that he in the federal county jail performing now. Why you think he performing? Hold on, let me pull this up real quick. Cause I'm about to hit y'all with one. Why you think he in there performing? Them guys in there, they got MP3 players. They got TVs. You know what I'm saying? They could turn on BT and watch his videos or whatever, or they could download his music on their MP3 players. They don't have to have him actually perform. Why do you think he performing? I'm gonna give y'all a second. He performing because they putting pressure on him. Believe it or not. You think he want to perform for 100 grown ass men and not getting nothing for it? Even if he don't got nothing else to do but the time. You think he actually want to perform in front of these 100 grown ass men, stinking ass men or something? You think that he want to do that? Come on, man. Jermichael Parks, you must know somebody in there with him. Damn sure don't. But I can tell you this, I done been in the system. I know exactly how this shit go. And the system is all one system. It's not separate, it's not this, it's not that. The system is the system. All across the board, all across all of the states in America. This is one system. It's all the same. And if you watch anybody that tell you anything about prison and how things go, they tell you the same thing I'm telling you. So if you never been to jail or anything, you don't know how this works, take some game from people that been there. You know what I'm saying? And this is the truth. Real talk. I did 6 years in the pen. I don't need nobody to tell me. All right, cool. Now again, bro, he got a long way to go. You know what I'm saying? And if he already in the county jail performing, it's a reason, man. It's a reason. 100 grown ass men don't want to sit around hearing you perform. It's a reason why this is going on, man. These guys is in jail fighting for their life. You think they want to sit there and hear Lil Durk perform his rap songs and shit? Come on, man. It's all a squeeze play. It's something going on behind the walls that we ain't gonna know. And again, only people that been there know how this go. You know what I'm saying? I don't wish nothing against that man. You know what I'm saying? At all. I'm just being real. This is what they do to these high profile celebrities, especially somebody like him that just been disrespecting people over the years, talking about dead people and all type of shit. You know, you got a lot of people in there that don't like that. You got people in there that's just against dissing dead people alone. You know what I'm saying? Let alone uh, having ops and enemies and all of that. Just dissing dead people alone. A lot of people in there cross you don't cross that line. You know what I'm saying? And you don't know how many people, how many of them people in there is connected with the dead people that he been dissing. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a lot of reasons why he can get touched, why he in there. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of reasons. So again, with that 30% that I was talking about, it's a strong chance it could happen, man, because he is a target now. You know, it was all good while he was, out here in the world on them rap tracks, talking all that shit and all of that. But you gotta think, it was people already in the joint hearing that shit. They was hearing it on their MP3 players. They was hearing it from their people telling them what this guy's saying, when they call home. They people will put his music on play for them to hear it. You know what I'm saying? Just go on every day, man. So you can believe them people that he in there with, they heard his music. They know what the fuck he talking about. So why do they need for him to perform? Why do you need him to perform? What is him performing in jail gonna do for anybody? You think everybody in there rocking like, yeah, that's that shit, Dirt. Keep going. Come on, man. Bro is in there having a difficult time. I can guarantee you. He might not have got touched or anything like that, but they putting squeeze plays on him. You could believe it. This is a man that was getting paid what, $100,000, $200,000. You know what I'm saying, just to perform at concerts. You know what I'm saying? Probably charging 100K for a verse, all type of shit just for a verse. You know what I'm saying? Let alone a performance, just a verse. How much you think he charging for a verse? I can guarantee you it had to be more than 100,000, because it ain't even a lot of people that got verses with him unless they, big time celebrities. I'm talking about, like average rappers don't got no verses with him, because his verse price is crazy, but he ain't here doing whole ass performances. Come on, man. And what you think they paying him for his performance? Do you think they even paying him? You think they paying him for his performance? Go ahead, answer that. Answer that. You think they in there giving him oodles and noodles for his performance, his jail performance? You think they coming out the noodles and shit for his performance? Just to say, even if they is, this man is a millionaire. What would he need with they oodles and noodles for? This man probably ain't ate noodles in 10 years. But you think he just up there performing for him right now? Use your brain, man. Again, what dude these media said might not be the truth. It just might not be. Again, I'm going 70% saying that it's not the truth because of these bigger blog sites haven't reported on it. So I could just imagine that that's not true. But that 30% is a huge window. It might look like a low number, but it's a huge window. And when you in jail, you don't got nothing but time for some shit like that to happen to you. Nothing but time, especially when you somebody like him. Another thing, his crew about to have a hard time up in there too, just because they attached to him. And you know what? Forget all the music side, all the dissing and all of that, right? Forget all that, right? What about the hits that he was putting out, supposedly putting out on people? You think them people that was getting hit up, you think they don't got family members? You know what I'm saying? And extended family members and, friends of the family. You think they don't got none of that? It just stopped with the 10 to 15 ops that interviewed these different platforms and said, yeah, fuck Durk and all that. You think them the only people that got problems with him? Is them 10 to 15 ops that got on interviews and spoke on him? Behind them 10 to 15 ops that actually got out and spoke on them, it could be 100 to 150 guys behind them that's waiting on him. You know what I'm saying? And out of them 150, it might be 75 of them in the prison system. And if you got a case like where you got warrants in different states, do you know what they do? They bounce you around state to state to go fight your cases. So just to say everybody thinking because he in Cali, he ain't go bump into no GDs and all of this shit, right? Nah, it could be a nigga that got it could be a nigga that Just say a Chicago nigga. It could be a Chicago GD nigga that's one of the Lil Durk ops, right? The nigga probably could have a warrant in Cali for something and could have got caught in, just say, Kentucky. The nigga got caught in Kentucky. Kentucky is gonna do a worldwide search on him, and they're gonna see that he has a warrant in Cali. Guess what they gonna do? They gonna extradite him to Cali to fight his case. Again, what I just said, this is all one system. So when they do that worldwide search, they connecting with every state in the country. Hey, do you got a problem with this guy? Because if you do, we got him right now. We can send him right to you right now. Do y'all want him? Y'all can have him right now for the free. You know what I'm saying? That's how that shit go. So now this GD from Chicago that was nowhere near Lil Durk, he all the way in Kentucky. He got caught in Kentucky on some shit. Just say he got caught for driving on suspended in Kentucky. They run his name. They do that worldwide search on his name. Cali pop up and say they got a problem with him. Cali say they want him. They gonna extradite your ass from Kentucky to Cali. Boom. Now you got one of Lil Durk ops in the jail system with him. It can happen that easy. That's that 30% that I'm talking about. It can happen. So for everybody talking about he in Cali and he ain't gonna bump into no GDs and man, y'all are dumb, man. Y'all are stupid, man. GDs, Vice Lords, Bloods, Crips is all across the fucking world. They everywhere. So don't think because Cali is a Blood Crip state that that's all that's there. You know what I'm saying? Again, yeah, maybe on the streets of LA, yeah, maybe it's like that. But bro, we talking about in the jail system. They don't separate you in the jail system by Bloods, Crips, GDs, Bloods. No, no. They put all of y'all together. All of y'all. Even the Mexican gangbangers, they put all of y'all together and let y'all figure it out from there. It ain't no separation in this jail shit. All of y'all are together. If you really know prison for real, Bloods and Crips in prison, they don't beef. Like the real Bloods and Crips in prison, they don't beef. The real GDs and Vice Lords in prison, they don't beef. They don't beef in jail because it's too compressed. Everybody on top of each other. Can't nobody get away. Can't nobody go anywhere. Can't nobody say, you know what, man, fuck them niggas. We about to just get away from them. We about to go over here. It ain't none of that. You go to sleep and wake up to these guys all day, every day. It ain't no getting away from them. So it eventually comes to a point where y'all got to become cool. Y'all got to jail together. Y'all got to become cool at some point. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, y'all might have came in there arguing, fighting, stabbing each other back and forth. All yeah, y'all probably started off doing that. You know what I'm saying? But it's gonna come to a point where that shit gonna get old, and the system they gonna be giving y'all all these tickets because you get tickets while you in prison. You also can get a label put on you called STG. STG means security threat group. That means that you are a gangbanger. And when they label you under STG, they put you in the hole all the time. They take your privileges from you. If you go to see the parole board, they put that, on your paperwork so the parole board can flop you, meaning that the parole board not gonna give you your parole on time. They gonna make you do more time because you STG. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of things that go on in there with the way how the system is set up. So my whole point is that these gangs they don't beef like that inside these jails slash prisons. You know what I'm saying? They more so come together because they try to make their time easier. They tired of beefing with each other. They tired of it. All right, now we, you know what I'm saying? We got to come together because These people gonna keep sticking that fork in our ass if we don't come together. So a lot of them guys don't beef with each other anyway. But for somebody like him that been blatantly disrespecting people on tracks that is viral all over the country that everybody can hear, it's people in there that want him to answer to that. You can believe that. These ain't just some niggas on the streets that was just beefing with each other and they ended up in prison. No, this dude blew up and became a success off of talking about these dead people and these ops and all of that. And he pushed that pen all the way through. Fuck them niggas. I want all them niggas to die. That's what he been on the whole time. Guys in prison, they don't forget. You know what I'm saying? They don't forget. It could be 10 years from now. And it could be a guy that could run up on Durk and be like, man, remember what you said 20 years ago? It's the reality of prison, man. This is the reality, man. You know, it can happen, man. It can happen. That 30% can turn into 100%, 0 to 60 with no problem. I'm telling you, off of experience, that 30% can turn into 100%. And a lot of times it do. It's called jail manifestation. You know what I'm saying? If guys is behind the walls talking about this, it is manifesting, man. It's going through the walls, man. It's going into people's minds. It's going into one ear, out the other ear, man. Them words is trapped in themselves just like them inmates. Them words don't go out no window. Them words go to next inmate, and they keep going around. It's manifesting. And all it takes is that one guy that say, you know what, I'm gonna be the one that do it. Because I want that reputation. I want everybody to know I'm the one that got at him. Everybody gonna respect me when I go ahead and I put that plate down on him. And again, this person don't even have to have a problem with Durk. This could be somebody that never even heard of Durk in their life. You know how many people in there never even heard of him? And they would drop his ass right on sight just because. Like, for real. So don't think that it got to be one of his ops to get at him and all. Man, it could be anybody, man. It could be anybody. That's prison for you. It could be anybody, man. While I was doing my time in prison, I got into it with a bunch of niggas in there that I ain't know nothing about, that ain't knew nothing about me. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not no Durk. I don't got no rank or none of that. Like him, nothing like him. And I was in there still getting into it with people I never seen before, nothing. It's testosterone, man. It's too many men in a compressed ass building with each other all at once. If you ain't never felt that kind of pressure, then you won't understand that anybody will knock that nigga off. Anybody. You gotta think half of them men is irritated for just being around all these men all day, every day. They irritated by that. You know what I'm saying? That's do something to their mental. And they want to fight. They want to express this how they express themselves. Now they want to fight somebody. Somebody that they don't got no problem with, somebody that ain't did nothing to them. But because they tired of the situation that they are in, they are willing to crash out. You know what I'm saying? Win, lose, or draw. They willing to crash out. I seen a guy stab somebody, buck 50, called buck 50, when they slash you from about right here all the way down to right here. That's called a buck 50. Basically, what they do is they slice like that, real quick slice. I didn't talk to guys that got buck 50s. They said you don't even feel it. You would just feel some air like in your cheek. And then next thing you know, it's just a whole bunch of blood gushing out your shit. So you got to go to the infirmary and they got to sew it up and all of that. So now you got a big ass scar on your face called a buck 50. Take 1 second to do it. Shit like that happen in prison all the time, man. So please believe it don't have to be no direct op a Lil Durk to get him. It could be anybody for any reason at any time. It's prison for you, man. It's been another live stream of Roll Up a Poet. So get your blunts rolled and your drink poured.